it was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Be
forward.
like a horse with blinkers.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
I'm Sophia Alo. I am an entrepreneur, a mom. I'm 33 and happy to be here.
I'm Amy, I'm 23, I'm an activist and a student.
Hi, I am Zinhle Hashe, everyone calls me Z. I am radio presenter, BDist, and all kinds of things. Happy to be here too.
Hello, I'm Monica and I'm completing my PhD degree in anthropology, so I'm here as a student and I'm also a mom.
I'm Cede, entrepreneur, mom, voiceover artist. Happy to be here too.
People of mixed race, I know people feel some kind of way. I don't know how you identify, but people feel some kind of way about being called colored. But people of mixed heritage tend to, especially where I live, tend to stare at this baby and stare at me and kind of feel like you can feel it coming across. And people ask me, like, is this your child?
I have a friend of mine who's Lori, she's French. She's French, and the father is Senegalese. So Masamba is beautiful chocolate, and people randomly walk up to her and say, "Is that your son?"
I know, and it's.
And look, how dare you?
People would do it with the child on my breast, like I am breastfeeding.
Why are you feeding a
Why
white
you
baby?
feeding a white baby?
Just here, thanks, I'll take that. No.
On that colored thing, because my partner and I were having this argument that biracial is a product of a white person and a black person. Colored is a product of two colored people who have colored grandparents.
The history of colors, we have Khoisan, we have South Asian in us, we have so much in us.
But I call her Caucasian. I call myself black. What do I call? Are you biracial? You're
Mixed, I'm whatever, I'm African, I'm human.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter to me.
But it does matter
I brought
because
it
on a
up.
form you have to tick a box. Which
colors? Because that is how society defines me. So.
I just come from a country where you can't say that somebody in the face, and you gonna get hurt. You gonna get hurt if you say.
Like my friend told me that if I'm in America, I'd have to tick off black.
Yes, because colored people is the race for all people who are just like not white. But like, I have black in them. But the reason why I brought that up is because I do know, especially in activist circles, people are challenging the idea that colored is one homogeneous group because, like you say, there's so many different people. There are people who have African heritage, people have it. So just
There is all this vacuum and so there's everything missing, and yet there are these now emerging, whatever we want to call it, mixed race kids. So I think I'm interested in understanding how they define themselves, because otherwise we keep on going between the black and the white.
And the outside defines those children.
And
how do they
and as
see
a
themselves?
mom, I'm really curious to see. So what could be? We don't believe in the rainbow nation myth, right? So what would be?
Can I ask you something actually based on that? Because there is no rainbow. Next. So let's not take it from the country to the house, or to let's say the extended family situation where there is this biracial child with a white family and a black family. How is that child then viewed by the family? Especially my interest, of course, would be more by the white family. Because in my experience, my sister has a biracial child, but that's our child. Her child is our child. No, don't kala, whatever, didn't care. That's my family. But I wonder how he's then received by the white family. And then do they see him as black or as white? And then as such, are they part of, you understand?
But also, how would these kids
Then
see
they can
themselves,
see
and
themselves.
what as a society can we offer to them? What would be the ideal, conversation to have and things to do?
just based on the context that you created in a space where people are not talking about these things, they're not going into them deeply. White people seem to have, for me in this country specific, and I think just generally, a lot of white people just seem to have a vacuum around this. They don't want to deal with it, they don't want to touch it, they don't want to, So I feel like what happens is that me as a black mother, I have things attached to my biracial child. I have a sense of, I know that you're going to get through the world easier than me. I know, there are things that happen, and I want you to understand that you're one of us, but you need to understand your difference, you need to understand your positionality, because as a black woman, I realize it's a matter of survival. It's not just know your positionality, it's know where you stand so that you don't get confused later. But for the white family that is not thinking, if they raise him as you would raise a white child, that don't allow him to question. And because I raised my child in a home where the books around him are going to give him context. He's going to come out from my house going, my mama, black woman. Like, he's not going to have questions about that. But he is going to another house half the time where nobody is discussing these things with him, where it's taken for granted that he's just part of the family, which is fantastic on one hand, but on the other hand, I feel it sets him up for some sort of rude awakening.
There's a lot of similarities with Sophia was just describing, the fact that they don't really believe he's your child. And it happened because we lived in different continents, Italy, US, and here. And it happens pretty much in all different places.
Oh, wow.
Yes, particularly in Italy. Oh, is that you're adopted? Is that you're really like
You're adopted. Somebody's gonna suggest adoption.
Here, one person actually was the mother of a friend of mine. Told me, I mean, poor thing, like that's what she knew. She said, "Oh my God, that woman who gave birth of that child must have really big hips next to me." She assumed that because I was white, I had adopted him here, like here, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh,
yeah,
Came and got herself an African.
No, but that happens. I mean, it's like it's generational.
Yeah.
It's this blindness of whiteness doesn't understand the microaggression. It's really a journey into consciousness for a lot of these, white people that doesn't really happen as much as, unfortunately, the black person involved in the interracial.
My child is highly tokenized. My child is fetishized. But at the time, I thought this was cool. I had this really cute, and my son is a quintessential biracial child. That big afro, those big eyes, and the big, the one that you see in Woolies ads, and having people stop me in the mall and going, "Oh my God, can we put your child on TV?" And it's just that kind of thing where, looking back, I'm now like, we need to have conversations around why interracial dating, and not necessarily putting down people who date across the race, because I find in activist circles a lot of people are kind of like, "Oh, but you got a white man, so you're not down for the cause." I don't think that's the case. I think there's conversations to be had.
But my German didn't understand that whole culture thing. He didn't.
My German?
No, my German didn't. I call it because he's just that one. All the other ones seemed cool to me. Just that one. That one German was not. Like he really didn't get it. I have two younger sisters and a niece and a nephew, and we are alone. And I came to Cape Town and left them alone. So the things that are gonna need, black families do that. I'm gonna call you. You're with a white man. Your ass has money. Because you're living in the flat up in the burbs with your white guy from Europe. So they'll call me and ask me for money. I'm gonna send money home and then say, "Boyfriend, listen, I need some hand cream." And it's like, "Yeah, but you sent your money to those are not those people. That is my family, and that's what we do here." And it's like, "That's what's wrong with this culture. You people," and okay, here we go with the you people. So it was a very, I got to. We have, and why is it uncle? Why is it not John? And I'm like, why is it John? Why is it not uncle? Y'all have got no respect. So there were like little things like that. Yeah.
And also, like, you're talking about circumcision. So when my child was born in a hospital, and everyone said, "So we're going to pay for the circumcision too after it comes." And I said, "You aren't doing that, my child." And they were like, "But we need to do it now. He's a baby." I said, "No." And the assumption was, "Oh, so you want him to go to the bush?" I'm like, "What bush? I come from Kenya." No, not that this doesn't happen in Kenya. We live in South Africa. Like, what you talking about? And so for them, it was like, when are you going to circumcise them? And the idea that I had different opinions, like, I was like, really, circumcision is a choice for me. I feel this way for my son. I don't feel it's necessary to cut bits off my child. He gets to make that decision at an older age as an adult. If that's what he wants to do, I get no say in that.
It's not my body.
But
Exactly.
If Maru had to go to the mountain, like, how would you feel about it? I mean, you're Italian, and you don't do that there. But Maru's...
But not even his father did that, so I don't think it's going to be an issue for
him particularly.
So if he did, and
it's the same problem.
If there was a tradition.
and then he will decide, and the family will decide, and when the problem arises, then you talk about it. But right now it's a bit like a lot of if, it's not true.
Because I've spoken to a lot of Xhosa women, and it's actually stupid dangerous to do it as a black male. Like, you get raped by other African men, and you get abused by other men in that bush. Like, no. I wouldn't send my child there.
It's a very, but okay. I don't see the need of that particular situation to say that you've reached a certain age now, go into the wherever, and then now you're a man. I think that's the problem with men.
Exactly.
Yes, but your kid is Xhosa. Yours it isn't. This is not like
Excuse
a serious.
you?
No, yours is Xhosa. No, yours is Xhosa.
And the
Yeah,
baby
and
daddy
it's-
expects for
Yeah.
him to go.
And for them, it's a sign of this manhood thing. And if you don't go, then you're not a man. They're gonna laugh at your kid. The other kids are gonna laugh
So,
at your kid.
how far is Italy? All I'm about to say is me and my child, no. They're going to go speak to a bunch of people who were born in 1623, and then they're going to be told a whole bunch of backwards, sort of, in my opinion, mentality, and be told this is what it is to be a man, and you need to have your foot in the blah, 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 nonsense. And then they believe in it, because it's culture.
Yeah.
And then they do not stray, not from the clothing, the hat, they do not stray. They be walking, have you seen these people? They be walking with hats and 3 blazers and everything for the culture. So they're going to beat their wife for the culture. They're going to abuse their children for the culture. They're going to do all this unnecessary crap for the culture. Nah, culture can go jump. About to say, because me and my child, no. So, 33 and a half hours of labor.
So you're gonna battle it out now.
33 and a half hours. Still that man have labor.
I wish you Laxis when the whole all the men in the family, the elders,
Yo,
sit
my
you down.
CCD pack that bag, and she'll just be like, so, how y'all doing? I'm in Italy. I'm in Monica.
But like, so I got, it's kind of cold out here, bud.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. We'll see that.
on TV too, no.
My dream is happiness for everybody. Like, it sounds cheesy, but that really is what it is.
My dream is for everyone to be honest, like this political correctness and politeness. To just stop already, and for people to be honest, then we can communicate better, honestly.
My dream is for myself to be able to cultivate seeds of joy and peace inside.
Well, my dream is basically to save as many animals as I can.
Well, my dream is for everyone to come, like I recently have been learning, to come in touch or to come into alignment with their true self, with what they really want, be really honest with themselves.